In today's video, I'm going to build an Ork buggy with Lego, spaghetti, super glue and poo bag rolls. Poo bag rolls?
That's right, you heard me correctly. Some bits of old Lego I've had lying around for many, many years now. First off then, I'm going to need to build the base, or the chassis, as a technical word for you if you know anything about cars. So yes, the chassis for the buggy that I'm going to be building. Once that's ready, and here it is, ready, I can start adding onto it with some more junk that I've found around the house, which you'll see coming up shortly. Every modeller's best friend, apart from super glue, some plastic card. I'm going to use this to build a box shape on the rear end of the vehicle. You'll see why shortly. But for now, let's measure it up. Let's get some super glue in place and start adding it to the Lego miniature. On a few different levels here. The front bit's going to be the lower section where the driver is going to be, and the back bit is going to be a large box. So when this is all painted, all these little details, raised areas should dry brush up quite nicely.
So we have a basic shape in place, but before we go any further, we need to sort the driver out and, well, cut his legs off.
Ah yes, every vehicle needs a driver, and here is the driver. Don't worry, arms will be added, but first we need to make some decisions. Off come his feet, both of them, and his little sort of loincloth area. I'm doing this because he's going to need to sit down deep into the vehicle, and his feet are just taking up too much space at the moment. As you can see, this is roughly how he's going to sit. Don't worry, we're not going to see the lower half of his legs, so I don't need to worry about that. Now we need to use this axe chainsword hand thing and also the gun and change these into positions that will work for actually driving this buggy. I need to put some wire into this hand here. This will form the basis of the steering wheel, but for now I'm just going to use it as a guide. So there's a rough idea. Steering wheel, and his backhand is on a handbrake, or I don't know what it could be, a turbocharge. Let's find out.
Okay, well that gives us a rough idea of where the Ork driver is going to sit, so we can now crack on and do the rest of the detail, which I'm hoping should be a fun bit.
As we know, everything Orks is spiky, so we're going to cut out some spike shapes on here. Here's some trash. This is an old dehumidifier box, and it's going to form the bumper. So we need to cut it apart, remove the bits that we don't need, but not throw them away, because we'll certainly use them later on in the build. Plenty of glue, stick that one in place. Okay, some spiky bits of card now. Probably not great from a health and safety point of view if you're driving this buggy, but hey, it's an Ork. We're just going to shape the front of this now by bending a bit of this plastic card around. Filling in the holes, filling in the gaps. Be less work when it comes to painting. These offcuts now from our dehumidifier, we can just make into sort of bumper shapes, glue them on. When it's painted again, I hope it'll look okay. Need some grills now, so not wasting anything. Stick these on the front and the back end. Push them in place, plenty more glue. Add a few more on the sides, why not? It's looking a bit like a milk float at the moment, or even a post van, but don't worry, we will address that as we move forward with this build. You may remember these from some of my other videos. They're the poo bags from my good dog Winnie. I think we can use these for exhaust pipes. See that bit of red on that cardboard tube? That's my blood, so Don't say I don't suffer for you guys making these videos. Some old wire mesh now that I used in my first build on this channel, the Krieg and Ork Tower. Using it again, add some leftovers. This is going to form the cage which wraps around the guy and also sits on the back of a buggy. These are just little foam offcuts that I had, and again, try not to throw anything away, so I'll stick these in place. They sort of look like studs or screws. Well, hopefully they will when it's painted. Bit more plastic offcuts here added to the exhaust pipes. Spaghetti. Yes, I've used it in a few videos and I'm using it in this one. These make great pipes, glue them in place, they're lightweight and they can take paint, so hey, what's not to like? They can form bumpers, pipes, all that sort of stuff. The only problem would be when I come to make my dinner and haven't got any spaghetti, so yes, but it's a good use of carbs. I thought a cool detail would be to add a number plate, or a license plate if you're in America. So here it is. We'll work out what to put on it later when we get to the painting. An old bottle top lid now. Again, it's got some nice texture on it. The idea is this cage here is going to be full of items and scrap that this guy's collected on his travels. Dump all these bits and offcuts in. Stick a lot of glue on and that should hold it in place. No build would be complete without some offcuts and leftovers from a sprue, so just picking out some random bits here. Space Marine helmets, arms, swords, stick them all in place. Now I found these in the Lego box and they're meant to be lights or something like that, but I thought they would actually make good headlights. So again, stick these in place, bit wonky, but it's an Ork vehicle, so we can pretty much get away with anything. Ah yes, this guy. I've replaced his steering wheel with a nice round one and stuck a bit of green stuff on it. The idea is to make this one a fluffy steering wheel. There we go, all the detail is on, everything's built. We'll just give it a quick prime. So we're going to go Xenophil on this. A black undercoat, white from above. Plenty of black. Once that's done, here we go, a lovely dusting of white. In truth, I've probably gone a bit heavy on the white here, so I might have to knock it back a bit, but hey, there's the finished build. All we got to do now is paint it. Oh yes, and before we go, here's the Ork guy, primed and ready to be painted. Okay, I've built it, glued it, stuck my hands together and just primed the beast. So all that's left to do now is to paint it, which will be in the next video.